This is the guy the street knows as William, and we are in Burnett Park here, right where the six meets the seven here in downtown Fort Worth. Um, Here is a statement by Mr. Burnett, who gave the city the land um, for the park and his reason for doing so. Um, it's interesting looking on it now. Is the park particularly for relief against the heat of our summers and as a resting spot for tired mothers and their children. Ah, it's quite enlightening um, here in Fort Worth the past week or so with the Arctic cold and the just the freezing temperatures and the snowfall. Um, it's been enlightening in many ways because next to California, without exception, if there is one state that to me screams automobiles and cars, it is the great state of Texas. And the men, women, and children in the great state of Texas. But now, with that said, what's really enlightening to me is that this city, this state, built on mobility and movement and freeways that intertwine with freeways that ribbon and stitch like a mosaic throughout the state, much like California freeway system. Um, this state is immobile. This state can't move, you know, and I think it's ironic, and it's enlightening to me because I never thought um, of Texas as sort of static and sort of immobile and unable to move. Um, this state that has, demanded, pandemic restrictions be dropped and cut back and yada, yada, yada. That's not what's getting them now. That's not what's keeping them at home now. Um, it's the snow. It's the ice. Um, this is like day four now of the snow and the ice here. The buses are running only temporary routes. There's only a shortened number of routes that are running here with the local buses. Um, okay, that's public transportation. Um, Everything else is sort of at a standstill because the roads here are dangerous to travel on. It's extremely dangerous to travel on these roads because, assuming that, with the love that Texas has for the automobile, the truck, I thought, okay, well, a day or two, these roads will be clear, these roads will be clean, and, Texas will be on the move again. But it just ain't happening. And to my surprise, the reason is Texas never saw this. This ain't in the game plan here. Texas is stuck for the very reason that Texas is so big, Texas. is because they can't get through the roads. They can't bypass the roads. There are no salt trucks here to rescue Texans. There's no snowplow going to come along in the dead of night or in the waning sun to push all this crap aside so people could get through. It ain't happening. Texas will move when the gods and the sun and the heat return to melt this. And that's the only way Texans will once again move and get past this Arctic freeze here. It's so ironic, that such a car-centered culture and state, they're stuck, They took care of the women and children with the parks and the trees and the shade to avoid the heat. But they never thought about the snow. From 6th Avenue, meeting the 7th Avenue. From the street, it's William here, in a very cold and very snowbound and icebound Fort Worth.